Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to cover the topic of the cycle of narcissistic abuse. Stay tuned. Before we get into today's topic, I just want to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Jenna Schaefer. I'm a licensed psychotherapist. I specialize in relationship trauma, narcissistic abuse, and codependency. And I'd like to welcome you to my channel. If these topics sound like they are of interest to you, I would love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. And also give the video a thumbs up if it resonates with you. That helps us small YouTubers reach larger audiences and spread this content to people that can benefit from it. So the cycle of narcissistic abuse is comprised of 5 stages. The first stage is idealization. The second stage, devaluation. The third stage, discard. The fourth stage, hoovering. And the final and last 5th stage, repeat. So I'm going to break down each stage of this cycle and talk about what it is and also how you can start to respond to it if you are noticing these patterns in your relationship. This video can also be helpful to notice if a relationship is brewing or occurring with the potentially narcissistic person. This video can also be helpful for you to be able to identify the potential of a narcissistic relationship developing, because this cycle is pretty consistent amongst a lot of narcissistic relationships. So the first stage, idealization. Idealization is when a narcissistic person puts a potential partner up on a pedestal. And this is a stage where a lot of love bombing occurs. So you're made to feel very special, admired, valued, highly regarded. You are the answer to this person's prayers. You are made to feel like you are the perfect partner. You might be showered with compliments and gifts from this person. A lot of people that have been in narcissistic relationships will describe this as a stage where they felt like they were completely swept off their feet in this highly realistic looking fairy tale. The reason that a narcissist idealizes their partner is because they view them for what they can get from them. Narcissists, they don't go after people that they don't see as being high value. For them, it's not enough just to be appreciated and liked by others. They need to surround themselves with people that they feel are going to add to their grandiose image or grandiose idea of themselves. They do this to increase their self-esteem. They think to themselves, if this person can find me worthy and valuable, then I must be worthy and valuable, because narcissists can only receive external validation. They don't have the ability to internally validate themselves. So oftentimes the partners of narcissists is kind of their number one go-to source of narcissistic supply. That person's ready, available for them, can constantly give them the shower of supply that they need to feel like they're thriving. Narcissists often target people who are exceptional in some way, whether this be intelligence, looks, attractiveness, wealth, or special talents or achievements. So if you're watching this and you find yourself in a narcissistic web, know that you must be a person of special interest to have been targeted by a narcissist. I just say this because often it doesn't feel that way when we reach the next stage, which is devaluation. Devaluation often occurs when the relationship starts to just kind of become more routine, kind of that newness, that honeymoon phase starts to wear off. The relationship no longer feels new and exciting, and the narcissistic person starts to view their partner under more of a reality-based lens, meaning that none of us are perfect. We're all flawed in some way. And this is very disappointing to a narcissistic person when they start to realize their partner isn't this perfect idealized image that they originally saw. This person that they depend on to uplift them and put them on this pedestal is now viewed as someone that's kind of dragging them down and hurting their image and ego. So instead of love bombing, what happens is that gets replaced by things like criticism, belittling, verbal abuse, constant put downs and criticisms, and many other types of hurtful behaviors. This leads the partner to often feel very confused. What happened, right? It kind of, a lot of people will describe it feels like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of personality. We have this person that built us up just to go and at a certain point in the relationship begin to tear us down. This can lead to feelings of unworthiness, low self-esteem, anxiety, depression, guilt, and a lot of shame. What's wrong with me to have been so highly regarded by this person just now to be made to feel like dirt? What did I do? It's very natural for the partner to look inward and blame themselves for what they did to cause this change. And of course, a lot of the gaslighting that comes along with devaluation doesn't really serve to help that thought process. After devaluation occurs, the third stage of discard can sometimes be pretty quickly to follow. However, this can often seem very, very sudden. A lot of narcissistic people will discard without giving much warning, which can be absolutely devastating and heartbreaking to be the partner of the narcissistic person. The discard often happens when you have feelings of love towards this person, and then to be cut off from that can be really, really hard to cope with emotionally. A lot of times when the discard happens, a person has been trauma bonded at this point, right? So being around them, even if they're being treated poorly, is still giving a lot of those kind of feel good chemicals that are really contributing to a bond with this person. Our brains like to kind of delete the negative events that happen, right? Because we have a hard time holding space for this person treats me so well and loves me, like what happens during the idealization phase. And this person also hurts me. Our brains have a hard time being able to look fully at both of these things co-occurring together because they don't match up. So discard often feels super duper devastating for the person that is the partner of the narcissist. And the discard feels very different than a breakup in more of a healthy relationship where two people realize it's just not working out or they're not compatible in some way. The discard is cruel, it's cold, it's hard. It feels very, very hard. Partners often feel duped, confused, or even abandoned when they're trying to cope with the narcissistic discard. Sometimes when the discard occurs, a narcissist is leaving you for another source of supply. So there's kind of like a double dagger there. I wasn't good enough, but now this person that they're with very quickly, typically after the discard, is good enough. What did I have that this person has? And then it kind of becomes a game of comparison after that. There's even been stories that I've heard of narcissistic people having two partners at the same time. They don't know about each other. And then one gets discarded and it comes out that this person was cheating either with or on you the entire time. It's awful. It's hard. You don't know what's real. It is absolutely devastating thing to have happen to you. The fourth stage is hoovering. This can happen after an unspecified amount of time after a narcissistic discard. Sometimes it's pretty shortly after. Sometimes it can be years later where the narcissist decides that they want to come back into your life. We call this term hoovering after the Hoover vacuum cleaner, or the narcissist is trying to suck you back into the relationship. All of a sudden, they're this amazing person again. They might be apologetic over what happened before. They might take even some fake accountability for the things that they did to you during the devaluation and discard phase of the relationship. They might make a lot of promises that they're never going to do it again. They're never going to hurt you again. This is all manipulation in order to get you to start to trust them again, let your defenses down. If you're still feeling vulnerable from the end of their relationship, meaning that you're still trauma bonded, there's still feelings there, then it can feel really, really good to be hoovered. Oh, he's back again, right? I'm getting this amazing person I initially met back in my life again. They realized what they did was wrong to me and they're making promises to never do it again. This is incorrect. The fifth stage, which is repeat, means that the cycle starts itself all over again. You go back to idealization for a while. After some time, it will lead back into devaluation again. Most narcissists are not capable of changing this cycle of behavior. If there's anything that you hear in this video today, know that this cycle has nothing to do with you. This is being perpetuated by someone who is very sick, has a lot of psychological issues that they aren't willing to work on or correct or change. This cycle, some people will stay in it for years, into years, into years, knowing that you are a person of value, a person of worth, a person that should have their needs met by someone that can genuinely meet those needs, because a narcissist will never be able to meet your needs. They don't even understand that you have needs. All they see is how can this person meet my needs? Narcissists see others as an extension of themselves. They don't see others as being autonomous people. What can I get from this person that can feed my need for ego supply? That is the question they ask themselves every time they meet somebody new. And if they can find someone that can feed their ego supply better than you, they will devalue and discard. And then once that illusion wears off with that person, they will come back and try to hoover you back in again just to repeat the same cycle. Trust your gut. Listen if something doesn't feel right. It's okay to listen to that feeling. That's your body telling you something is off about this situation and we should probably get out of it. No one deserves to be sucked into this cycle for years and years and years, or even at all. It's unfortunate this happens at all, but oftentimes we don't see it coming until we're so deep into it that we look at a mirror one day and go, what happened to me? Notice the patterns that are occurring. You have the ability to stop this at any point in time, even if it doesn't feel like it today. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Again, please hit that subscribe button if you're new to this channel. Want to keep up with my content? I release weekly videos. Give it a thumbs up if it resonated with you. Share it with your friends. Of course, leave any questions or video suggestions down below. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.